today's job, we rebuilt a set of brick steps with the stone caps on top. And when I first looked at it 6 months ago, it was still in good shape. I thought we were just going to patch it up. Then when I came back in the spring, the whole thing fell apart from the winter. So we went down, we got new brick, we used the same caps, and we redid it. I'm going to show you how we did it. Well, today we have a set of brick steps. And I looked at them during the winter, and from then till now, they fell apart more. Everything is falling apart. You can see it down here falling apart. I thought I was going to patch them, but I think we all got to get new steps. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to talk with the owner and see what they say, and then make a pattern and count my steps, my brick, and get all new brick, because they're shot. You can see it, they're all shot. This is Pennsylvania. Brickwork don't last long. We'll see what she wants to do. So when we measured it, you got 10 inches, 8 inches, 7 1/4, 7 3/4, 7. So that's no good. We're gonna end up ripping these steps out. We go this way. We measure from the top. There's the level at. Got 41. We go up this way. We got 40 3/4 inches. And we go out this way. Like this. And we got 43 3/4, and we got the iron railing here, so this is where we have to go with the stone. And these threads ain't in that bad a shape, and they are 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches by 12 and a little bit. 12. Everyone's a little different here. What's this one? 12. You see how that's back a little bit? So I got to go home and make a pattern. Talk to the owner. I think we'll use these threads again. They still got about 20 years left in them, and we'll go from there. So we're here, so we might as well count the brick. I'm going to count the brick, and then when I go down the brick store, I'll know what to get. So I went home, and I made a pattern. And this is the way these steps have to come out, and basically they got to come right here. Every step basically has to go the same, so it's a little bit of a juggling job, but you have to do a pattern. That's my pattern. I'm going to make it work. So now I'm going to take the pattern and lay the brick out. So what are you doing, Mike? I'm laying the brick out, so I know whatever I do with my pattern, it's going to work. See what I mean? So that's how my brick is going to be laid out. This is a, what do you call it? See, we got to lay them out dry. Then you know where your joints are going to be. Because this is a very different type of brick laying, because they have to meet different heights. And they got big joints. See that? I missed that one. Alright, I got my whole pattern made out. I'm going to have big joints, and I'm going to have small joints. That's the only way I can make it work. Same here. They got big joints, and they got little joints to make it work. So now we're going to take it apart. Alright, I got it blocked off. This is loose. Tell you right now, Mike, why did this all fall apart? It's because they used mortar and lime. But don't work here in Pennsylvania. You have to add Portland to it. If you don't add Portland to it, it's going to fall apart. If you do anything with mortar, you have to add Portland to it. You don't want to hear that though. So I was wondering why this didn't come on off that good. They glued it. They put glue on it. See this? It's all mortar. Don't add Portland to it. That's what you get. Okay, I cleaned it all out, and tomorrow I'm going to start my brick. Came down here 8 inches, and I came over here, and that's going to be my pattern. I got to follow that pattern, and when I get up to there, this all got to line up. You see how that works? Then I know I'm right. It's the best I can do. Now here's my ingredients. I'm using the colored masonry cement. You see it? It's right there. It's a dark mortar. And I'm using Portland. This is Sailors is making it. Portland is Portland. And then I'm using masonry sand. I'm making my own mix. So I'm throwing in 1 bucket of mason sand. Then I'm going to throw in 1/2 bucket of this dark mortar. Then I'm going to throw in 1/4 bucket of Portland. The Portland alone will keep this cement. The Portland alone is going to keep this cement from falling apart as if it was mortar or lime, because it don't work here in Pennsylvania. Then mix it up dry, because you want it to kind of blend it all in before you put the water in, especially with colored cement. Mix it up dry first. Then we add the water. Mix her up. That's it. I'm going to keep the first course stiff. You're going to ask me, what are you doing? No rulers. What you do is you lay it out dry, because you want to see where everything's going to end up. Sometimes you got tight joints, sometimes you got big joints. It all depends. So you lay it out dry, and then you measure to see where you are. You see? Here's my pattern, right up there. And my brickwork's got to start way out here. See it? Way out here it's got to start. Now, I'm going to lay our 2 corners, and I know I got to go high. That's why I make the brick, or the cement, big. I think we're going to go about up to there. See how high that is? Then I'm going to go over here, do the same thing. It's got to be high so we make the mud stiffer. Like that. Just like that. Then we get our level and we look. This one's pretty good. This one got to go higher. Like that. This one goes a little lower. That's level right there. Then we get our pattern right here. Put our pattern up. And we know how high that brick got to go right there. I got my marks right here. Now, all I do is fill in between. Level right across. And we go this way with it to make sure our brick are right in line. Very good. Now let's look at what's going on here. See, I got to make this height right here. Okay? So I don't want to put all that cement in if I don't have to. So I put pieces of stone in like this. That's done. That's better than all the cement you can have. So we do a little cementing like this. Drop our stone in. That's the best, especially on the bottom. You can't do anything better than that. Over here, same thing. Put some stone on the bottom. That'll lift that up. And you'll do a nice job. Just like that. Like a shim basically. So I'm going to put this in now, like that, and get my level, and go over here. I got a level with bubbles in it. See, that's still got to go up. See how much that got to go up? Alright, still got to go up. So that's sunk that footer down the back a little bit. See that? Like that. There we go. Now we're level. So now I can beat this up a little bit. Stone for a bottom is the best thing you could use. It's stronger than any brick or any block. So let that go for a while. We'll go do the other side. So we got that done. Now we're going to go and check. See that? We got our square here. Making sure I'm going square because steps could be deceiving. So I got this right here. I check it over here. Right on. Like I said, we got to put in a big joint. You got to reach a certain height. Got to reach a certain height. It's not my fault because I got to copy what they did before me, or the steps ain't going to fit. Now over here we got to start with a half. So we do this, and we go that way with the half. See, you go sideways with it, but you could do that if you wanted to. Make it as big as you want. Now the mud's a lot softer, but at the same time, it's got a little body to it. See, that's the thing with mortar. Mortar gives you like the, I don't know what the word would be, clay. It doesn't give you the strength. So you gotta be careful when you're working these kind of jobs, what you're using. Now I've got that all done, and I'm jointing up, and I'm using a joiner. But up here, they didn't use a joiner. You see, it's a dark cement, but it lightened up. They used a concave. They get in there and they scrape it out. That's one of the reasons these steps go bad, because the water gets in there. I want to concave it out so the water don't go in there. Alright, got my little piece here to see how my pattern's going to work out, just the way I want it. Got my pattern up right to where I want it. This is where my next brick got to start. See that? See, I got my pattern up here, right there, and that shows me where that brick right there starts. That's how I know I'm right. But what's going on now? Now the bond is different because we're trying to make the steps work. So I got to cut it right there. That'll be that. You see how I had to shorten that brick up? And then my next brick will go right there. That's how you make that fit. Now I'm just filling the inside in with blocks. Now we're moving right along. I'm getting my pattern to make sure that brick and everything's going to be the right height. See it? That's what I'm doing. Following my pattern. Well, let's see how we did today. Got them all in, mixed some concrete for the top step, and they're all blocks underneath, and I'm all ready to go. Tomorrow I'll start working on putting the caps back on. We're back the next day. Now what we're going to do is get a little scrub brush, some water, and wash this brick down. That's going to clean up, take all that film off, make that look a lot better. And if you get some hard spots, Get a steel brush. Got hard overnight. Now this stone, somebody tried to fix it. We got the concrete on it. So what do? We get one of these things. And we get some extra pieces off of here. So you know what? Because this is a nicer on top, we're going to use this. So that's where I'm at. I got these laying here dry. And then I'm going to shim them up and see exactly where they go. So I'm just taking wooden shims and I'm shimming it up to those shims. So I know the height I got to hit. There it is, the 8 inches. Now this one got to come up a ½ inch. So I'm going to get a wooden shim here. Go over here and shim that up. I'm going to go over this side. And I shim that up. And then I look to see where I'm at. There it is, 8 inches. Next one. This got to come up 1/4 inch. Now I'm all relatively close here, and I go this way. That's pretty good. So now I'm going to mix my cement. That's my indicator to how high the cement is going to go. It's hard to film this because of the railing in the way, but I want you to get to see what I'm doing. That's my height. And then I pull these away, put the cement in its place. See that? That's how I know what height it should go. And then the stone's going to go right on top, like that. You see that? So we look over here, got our 8 inches. Over here we got our 8 inches. We're level this way. That's it. We got a pitch going this way. So we're good. Well, I got all my steps in. They line up pretty good. And I'm just kind of pointing it up. That's it. Just like I did all the other steps. It was hardest to film this because the railing's in the way. It's hard to show you what I'm doing with the stones, but I've done it all before. It's just a repeat. Now we're just cleaning up. And that's it. I gotta fix along the edges. Look at this. It's actually moving. Down here I gotta fix, and I'm gonna put my cement towel up in there. I'm gonna show you how I do that. I'm gonna get some of this rapid set mortar mix. I'm gonna put it in the pan and mix it up. I'm going to wet it up along the edges a little bit where I'm going to fix it. Just like that. I'm going to take it, we're going to put it in here on the top. I'm getting this edger. See this edger? Put that down along the back. I know it's going to crack. You're on 2 different footers. And that's going to hide that crack. Now, that's going to hide that crack because it has to crack there. You understand? Come back the next day. Cement out dries pretty quick. And I paint it. Okay, I painted the sides. I Portlanded this because of the crack I had to fix. Finished all the steps. That's all done over there. I'm going to talk about that job. It was probably built in the early 70s. That's when that type of brick was real popular. And in those days, they used cinder blocks instead of concrete blocks. And they used mortar instead of adding Portland to it. And what happens is the water gets in there and it saturates it in the winter and it freezes and everything busts apart. You've seen me shoveling it out of there. So when I put it back, I used concrete block and I added Portland to the mortar. And I'm real confident they won't have to touch that for years to come. I used 1 bucket of mason sand, half a bucket of dark mortar. In those days they go out and they buy dark mortar, and a 1/3 bucket of Portland. Now if that was undercover, it'd probably be as good as the day they put it in. But once it gets the water in it, that's when you get the problems. I always, when I have to redo steps, is I make a pattern and I lay it out dry. And then I know I'm not going to make mistakes. There's so many steps I go fix. People make mistakes because they started with the rulers and they miss something. But if you got a pattern, it's hard to make a mistake. And I remember an old mason saying to one of the bricklayers, you got to learn to adjust. Sometimes you got to make the joints bigger this way and bigger this way, or sometimes you got to tighten them up, and sometimes you got to cut a brick, whatever works. Now, I had the lady go down with me to pick out the brick because I brought a sample, but I made her go down with me and pick out the brick because I actually seen a whole truckload of brick get unloaded one time. The lady says, I don't like that brick. I didn't pick that out. So I always make sure I take the customer down. They pick the brick out personally. Then you see me the next day, I wash the brick. I get a scrub brush and I wash the brick. And the cement is usually soft enough where all the film and everything comes off. You won't be have to use acids. Now that rapid set mortar mix you see me fix the stucco with, that's as hard as Portland. They say it's mortar, but I even use it on sidewalks, on the flat and everything, and never had a problem with that. I always tell everybody what works in Pennsylvania doesn't work in Florida. What works in Florida doesn't work in Alaska. And what works in Alaska doesn't work in New Zealand. It's all different. And when they try to standardize something, or everybody says from this country, oh, you're doing it wrong, or you're not using the right mix, you go with the local boys. The local boys have been doing it for years and years and years, knows what works, because you learn more ripping out old stuff than you do building new stuff. So in my description box, I have a place where you can buy tools. I get a commission off it, and I sell t-shirts, and I have a website. So thanks for watching. I hope these videos help. I'm Mike Haduck. I'll see you in the next video.